here we are at the beginning of 2020 and packing up ready to go to camp. But before we head away, we just wanted to give you an update on the building project. The outside is virtually completed and the inside is being worked on at present. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of the building from the outside and then we'll take you to the inside. So now you've been brought up to date what's happening on the outside, almost to completion. I want to take you inside. There's a lot happened since the last update and there's a lot more to do. Come on in. So obviously since the outside's pretty much completed, inside there's a lot more structure gone up. The formation and the birth of offices, studio, book room. But come on through and we'll just have a look. Wiring's going in now, we've got plumbing going in, we've got emergency lighting going in, there's heating, there's ventilation going in just at present. And this is the ideal time because the studs are still exposed, so we're doing the pre-plumbing and the pre-wiring. So again, here's the book room. Over here is where the reception desk will be. To keep it neat and tidy, we're going to have the power and the data will be coming up here for the desk. Over here is the accountant's office, which will be behind the reception area. This will be Damon's office. This is 100% better than what he's had. He's had no office at all. He'll be able to keep a watch out what's happening in the book room. He'll be able to see customers coming in the car park and also be able to have a look out to see if there's any needs out here in the foyer area. This foyer area is excellent. As you come into the building through the main doors, you can choose to go to that book room, to Damon's office. Here's the studio straight in front of you here. And then we have the control room here. We have the staircase. We go up to the amenities and we go over here to the daily offices. So this is a great area to introduce you to the building. Come on through. The studio has taken a lot more shape since last time. We've now started to put in double walls in here. You'll notice there's a gap there. That's right round the studio. That will have sound insulation going into it to keep it silent. Wiring's going in now. We've got the wiring starting. We've got plumbing going in. So here, we will have backdrops where we'll be able to film. We can film against that wall. We can film against this back wall, we can film against here, and we'll most probably have this as a green screen. We can also film, so all four sides of the studio we can actually do filming, plus we can have corner settings as well, where you want someone more in a corner. Down here we're going to have a lot of our wiring in here, so it saves having wires straggling all over the place. They'll come through and be nestled in here with our plugs. That will go through into the control room and that pops up out here. So from the middle of the studio, the cables will come out here and come into the control room, and this is where the hub of the media work is done. There'll be a desk here. This window serves as the purpose to be able to look out and get an idea of what's actually happening in real time with wherever it's being videoed. There'll be another desk here. There's provision for another desk here. So this is a very busy room. And our cameras can work from here, so they can actually face any wall that we need to and have all the cables out of the way so they're not tripped over. Over here, you'll notice this is a very high door. What we want to do out here in the front of the storage area is to have our workshop, if you like, so that we can bring higher items in and have them as backdrops around the speaker. So this is an ideal door. You see here better that we've got the twin walls here, and that acts as a sound barrier, stops the sound coming into the studio. Over here, this is going to be storage for our cables, cameras, even some backdrops can come into here. We'll have a desk here where we can make some small items up. So this is a very handy storage room just through the door and out into the studio. And just here, this is your workshop straight into the studio. So we've tried to design it to be sensible and with the least disruption of moving things around. So it's handy to where we need it. Behind us here, this is where the storage will be. We're always running short of storage. This will be racked for major box fulls, pallet loads coming in, and at the far end you can see we've got a big roller door down there where the big loads, cars can come in, pallets can come in, and this will be our major room here. Just here will be our packing table where we pack up the parcels and the boxes to send out to customers, with a window in here so we can see customers coming in. So we're trying to get the flow so it's sensible, it's economical, but it's efficient. And also from the bulk storage, when the pallets come in, we'll put them into their respective places on the shelves, so the bulk books can come through here, taken out of the boxes and put onto the shelves in the book area. These will be finer shelves, more for retail use. Back to the foyer area, we'll take you over into the other direction. Come through here. Now, as you can see, this is the formation of the offices. We have a floor here, of course, it's the upstairs. Already here we have some of the heating going in. This is drainage for the heating. We have more power here. This is my own office in here. This opens up into the road. This is a good office of where we'll spend most of my time. Next door to my office in here is the computer room. You can see here these walls definitely show a formation of what's happening in here. This is where the computer work will be done. There'll be desks over here too where some of the reproduction work is done. This is going to be a hive of industry here for this computer room. You'll see here that the electrician's starting to put light boxes on. In the room next door, this is where we'll be putting our big table in here. The big photocopying machines will go in here. It also has data so we can work from one office, send it through to the machinery. This will be a busy room here as far as making books and a lot of our literature publications. Further come out this door, you'll notice here this is a wider door because getting machinery in and out, photocopiers and that are too big for the narrow doors. This is a little bit wider. Back into the hallway here, this is the amenities area. Here is one of the ablution area. This is the toilet and the shower in here. Over here is a standard toilet. And as we curve around more here, we have the kitchen unit will be going in here. That's an outside exit door. So here we obviously have the fuse board. You can see the wiring's coming in. Behind this, through this little door here, we're going to have our tech cupboard. It's the hub of where the electronics will be in here. Now come upstairs and we'll show you upstairs. Now, in the original plan, there was no upstairs in the building, but as we started to see the design, we noticed this is too valuable not to be able to use. So we've developed 3 offices up here. Come down the hallway here. This is a roomy office, but it does run out with the roof line coming down, but good for storage in this area here. We have another office here. A smaller office, it's also got its own window so it'll be bright and light. And of course over here, this originally wasn't even going to be an office. But as Damon was working through, coming up logically, looking at the building, there's too much value here, and we have good roof space here as well. So this also becomes what we're calling our meeting room or our boardroom. Nice and bright, windows out there to the north and to the west. This is a good roomy office upstairs and relatively private. And in here, of course, every building needs its storage. This is an ideal situation here for our boxes or overflow, or it's just a good storage room. Now, as we come round to our left here, we've been able to make use of a little cupboard here, which will be handy, and also here we have an upstairs toilet as well. Even as we speak, progress is going ahead, and there'll be insulation going in shortly, and then the lining will be going on, so it's just work in progress. A lot to do, but we are looking forward to this building. It's such a necessity, and it'll be such a blessing to help see this message go forward with power. So to even get to this stage, a huge step forward has only been possible with the donations and the kindness and the generous support that's been offered to us. We've got this far with the funding that's become available, and we have a long way to go ahead, but we're grateful to where we're at. Thank you for the generous support that you've given.